So when you're working with investors, they kind of want your opinion, and they want to hear why you think this is a good deal or bad deal. Traditionally, in the real estate industry, there's a term called cap rate. And the cap rate is to determine whether the deal is good or not. Lately, cap rates started to shrink because there's a lot of buyers. Everybody wants to get into multifamily. A lot of buyers people want to buy investments in real estate. So prices go up, income stays the same, so cap rate becomes lower. I'm going to show you a little bit here on the screen how to run cap rates, and I also want to show you. And I also want to show you how to compare the cap rate to cash-on-cash return. And I'm going to give you the biggest difference between cap rate and cash-on-cash return. Here it is. Let's talk about cap rate first. So let's assume the property we're buying is $1 million. It's just for the sake of easy numbers. Gross income from the building is $120,000, which is great. Like I'll tell you, if you're just looking for the first time, you kind of don't know how to do the numbers. But if you're experienced and you've been investing and stuff like that, you already see that this is a good deal. The gross income on the building is $120,000, and the asking price is $1 million. That's already good. A lot of times you're going to see $70,000 is the gross income, and they're asking for $1 million. But let's keep going. Let's say expenses. This is what we need. We need to know the gross income. We need to know expenses in order to establish the NOI, which is net operating income. So expenses, let's say for this building is $50,000. Taxes are 20 grand. Insurance, gas, water, sewer, trash, cleaning, landscaping, $50,000 a year. So now we're not talking about mortgage yet. Just remember that there's no mortgage yet. So net is going to be, which is our NOI, net operating income, is here $70,000. Basically, for you to know how to run the cap rate, you have all the numbers that you need. In order for you to come to this number, it's going to take to add up all the expenses and everything like that. Sometimes brokers or sellers don't have this number, so it's going to take you some time to add that number too. Then you, of course, have the asking price. Now, you came to this number, which is your NOI, which is $70,000. All you have to do the cap rate is just simply divide that NOI by price, by the price that the seller wants. So 70,000, 70K, divide by 1 million. How much is that? So if we divide 70,000 by 1 million, that equals 7%, which I could have done without a calculator, but I wanted to show. 7% cap rate. Is this good? I think it's awesome in today's market. Today's market shows 5, 6, 4.5 in good areas, whatever. If you get, there's some challenges probably with the property. If you can get right now cap rate at 7%, there's got to be something about the building. There's got to be something about the area. There's got to be something. Unless it's off the market and you're the only buyer who knows about the building. That's the only reason. Now, I want to compare cap rate to a cash-on-cash return. All the numbers stay the same. Let's just put a line over here. And now we're going to have to add the mortgage. So then that 70,000 that we had, 70,000. Now I'm doing the numbers top of my head, so I don't know how much it's going to be the mortgage. Let's say mortgage is probably going to be around $4,500 maybe, but we already have taxes and insurance. Let's say $3,500 for the mortgage if we put 25% down. So $3,500 multiplied by 12 is 35,000 plus 7, 42,000 is going to be in the mortgage. This is going to be mortgage, which for you not to do it in your head, just do the calculator. And so once you have the NOI, now you subtract mortgage, and now you have your income, which is $28,000. So this is your new, actually let's do it in green. So this is your new number, 28,000. Remember 70,000 we divided by the price. Now 28,000, to get the cash on cash, return, cash on cash, equals 28,000 divide by your down payment, which is going to be $250,000 if 25% is what needed to be put down. Maybe it's 30%, so you just run the numbers like that. So $28,000 divide by $250,000 puts you at 11.2%. What's better, 7%? What's better, 7% or 11.2%? Remember the difference. Here, for this 7%, we did 70,000 divided by the price, no mortgage. On a cash-on-cash formula, we got mortgage involved, we got net profit of $28,000, but we only put in $250,000. We didn't put the whole million. Why would we divide by a million? We never put the million. We only put $250,000. My opinion is this, that I estimated this a little bit too low. I think this could be a little bit high, but basically you got the math. Because of the interest rate right now are a little bit higher. Right now interest rates are around 7 point something for balloon mortgages. This is commercial loan. We're talking about, like, say, multifamily building, which is $1 million, which is, if we were talking about multifamily, you're taking a balloon, commercial loan. Those are based on 5-year treasuries, but typically plus around 3%. You're looking at 7.5% right now mortgage rate. So if your cap rate is 7%, you're borrowing at the 7.5%. Your cash on cash should be lower. But I'm just showing you the formula, how that is run. So if that comes to be, for example, let's say this becomes, let's say we get rid of all this. Let's say we get rid of all of this and this. So now look, let's run new numbers. Let's say that your mortgage costs you $52,000 and you're left with $18,000. So if you take $18,000 divide by $250,000, so divide by 250,000, you're left with 7.2% cash on cash. Pretty much the same thing. So, but now your income is going to be only 18,000. So, like, if you're you could argue saying that, well, actually you're making less money, even though the cash on cash return and cap rate are the same, but you're only making 18,000 if you borrow the money, and you're making 70,000 if you buy cash. Yes, but you have to put 750,000 bucks more to get 52,000. So this is 52,000 that you're giving up because you're not putting a 750,000 bucks. Well, you're only putting $250,000, and your cash on cash return is 7%, and your cap rate is 7%. Roughly, this cash on cash was 7.2 and cap rate was 7%. Basically, pretty much the same return, but I keep my 750,000 and I put it in a couple more buildings, and I get my loan 3 times bigger and my principal reduction is 3 times higher. So that's why everybody borrows the money. But if you move from cap rate being 7 to cash on cash being, for example, 5 or even 4, then that's not good. Then it's probably going to require you to raise rents. Maybe there is a chance that you can raise rents. Maybe rents are way too low and you can do them. You can raise it and then cash on cash increases. But that's pretty much the difference between a cap rate and cash on cash. This is how you run the numbers for your investors, and your investors want to see you run numbers like that, because They want the professional real estate agent to represent them and show them that they have value, they know what they're doing. So hope this video helps.